They freeze the egg or they freeze the sperm, but not the actual child.
The woman can't afford the child. Then what happens to the child?
You eat eggs in the morning for breakfast. You taking the chicken's life.
On that, I understand what you're saying, but on that demonstration, I have to disagree with you. Just because a child dies before it's born doesn't mean it's not counted by the person who was carrying it or who helped make it.
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
With that being said, there may not be, like, I had a friend who had a baby, and her baby was born. Her baby died while he was in her, and they made her go through as though she was having the baby. So when the baby was born, of course, it was stillborn. She had a memorial service for that baby.
But did she have a full-term pregnancy?
You know what? Don't start me to line, because all I can tell you is that it happened in an October, because the funeral was in the early part of November and her birthday was the middle part of November. It was a hurting situation that whole 2 months for her. I know it wasn't full term though, because she may have been 5 or 6 months.
Okay. Now, with that being said, you just brought up an interesting point. I'm sorry, did I cut somebody off?
No, go ahead.
You brought up an interesting point. What about those people who decide to have an abortion when the child is when they're 6 months pregnant or 7 months pregnant?
I can't agree with that.
Because from what I know, you can have an abortion up to the 3rd trimester, whatever that means. As a man, I don't know.
3rd trimester, really? Try 3. Try being 3. The 3rd trimester is the 3rd series of the 3 months of the last 3 months of the pregnancy.
So there you have it. So up to 6 months.
Up to 6 months, you can do that, and by 6 months, you can tell what sex the child is going to be.
Yeah, but you have. I mean, it's an abortion clinic in Atlanta that will let you have an abortion as long as you're up to that 6 month, or not past it anyway.
Okay, let's go on a moral standard real quick. When you get that far along, you have had enough time to know that you're pregnant. Go get some prenatal care. And then you decide at month number 6 that you do not want to go full term with this child. Say what you want to say, call me whatever, but you're wrong.
Yeah, I can't get with that. You're a little too deep in.
Now, you know what? I can get into you not knowing that you're pregnant until your 2nd or 3rd month. And you may need some time to get it together and get some money for the abortion, because the abortion is not free. But when you get to the 6th month, ma'am, sir, for agreeing to that, you some low down piece of scum. And I'm trying to not cuss. So that ain't even nowhere near right. I'm sorry. And I ain't on nobody's side on that. That's awful.
Okay. Well, I can't get with it, but can we rewind? I need to ask you this, Morris.
Yeah.
About your double standard. Why now I know why you're gonna say why, but
Okay.
why is it okay for a girl to get an abortion, her being pro-choice or whatever, but why is it not okay, or why is it not allowed if it was your sperm that caused that seed to grow?
Well, first of all, if responsible adults are responsible and they're having unprotected sex, hopefully they're having unprotected sex to make a baby. Or if they make a baby, then they're able to take care of that baby. That's if they're responsible going into sex. Hopefully, if I'm having sex with a female, unprotected, I'm going in with that mindset. A conversation should have been had, or should be had, about, hey, should something happen, which people don't do.
Right, and let's be real about that.
Right, that's what I'm saying, which people don't do. And say me and this person don't. She and I don't. But If she ends up pregnant and says, "Hey, Morris, I'm pregnant. I'm gonna have an abortion." No, you're not.
Now, okay. So why? It's her body now. It's her choice. It's her choice. Now, y'all keep saying this whole thing about, men playing their part, and yes, men play their part in creating a child, but a few humps to get a tuna sub. A few humps to get a tuna sub, okay?
Pound tuna sub.
You didn't do too much. I mean, you put in, now if you're long and strong with it, a couple hours. Now if you just, whatever, a couple minutes of work.
1 + 1 = what?
1 + 1 = 2. But your 5 minutes in a tuna sub don't equal the amount of say that 9 months of carrying a child equals. Let's get that.
Well, it's not even. I think it's not even just 9 months. I mean, it's 9 months and at least 18 years.
I don't. She don't got to be a part of the child's life. That's on her. But what I'm saying is,
She the one that have to carry it though, Morris.
to have a child, and she so happened to be the woman that is carrying my child. I want my child. Everybody is not given that opportunity. You don't know if that opportunity is going to be given to you again. And so if I have that opportunity and my child is going to be if my child can be born a healthy child, I want my child.
Okay, now I can understand you saying, okay, well, I understand it's your body. I would prefer you have the child, but not, you're going to have the child. Because like I said, all you doing is, busting a nut. At the most you going to have is a Charlie horse in your leg from humping. Meanwhile, she has morning sickness, gains weight, back pains, nausea. You know what I'm saying? And all this will go on for 9 months. So, I mean...
No.
Excuse me, not to flip your subject around real quick, but to flip your subject around. Because if this chick has the baby and you don't want the baby, for them 9 months and them 18 years, you're going to be paying child support. And if you want to see your child and she a witch and you don't get to see your child, then you know what? You won't see your child.
Okay, gentlemen. I think we made for a good debate. With that being said, we're going to have a closing remark.
Mike, you was the quietest.
All right, fine. Ultimately, like I said before, it is the woman's decision. Yes, the man is involved in conception, but statistically, for couples who are unwed, how many children actually have active participation of their father in their life? I think that's something that needs to be evaluated. And then at the same time, outside of the effects that Watu mentioned, pregnancy also increases your risk of heart failure, hypertension, and other serious medical conditions that a female, given the consideration, may not want to involve herself in or expose herself to. Outside of everything that we know can occur, the morning sickness, the stretch marks, the weight gain, what have you. For many reasons which we have discovered and talked about in length tonight, I still believe that it should be a woman's decision whether or not she wants to expose herself or choose to continue her pregnancy or terminate it. And I think it's a topic that for the eternity of time will always be controversial, and you'll always have people siding the fence either way. So I think in a lot of circles, people should just choose to agree to disagree and keep it moving.
All right, people. Well, thank y'all for watching, and we're out. And this, oh, my bad, I gotta close out. It's me, your boy Pat.
Watu saying goodbye.
Verbally unspoken.
It is the man who said you gonna have my child, Invincible.
I have a good day, and we bid you a farewell.